So welcome. Tonight's practice is all about being kind to ourselves, practicing patience, as well as exercising those awareness muscles with a lovely long body scan. So I invite you all to either lie down or make yourself very comfortable sitting up. Reducing or minimizing all distractions where possible, such as phones, closing doors, just giving yourself this quiet. And reminding ourselves that practice is about putting aside any need to change anything, to achieve anything. Literally, if you can imagine just taking off that heavy vest, going, no, I don't need to achieve anything. This is my time just to sit, to breathe. So with that in mind, we'll start the practice. As I say, it'll be quite a long practice. So taking a lovely, easy, deep breath in and breathing out. And as the bell, the sound slowly fades, let's take our awareness, that broad, expansive awareness, to our whole self. So it's a very gentle inquiry. How am I at this moment? And with this initial check-in, just notice where your attention instinctively gets drawn towards. And seeing if we can be curious about this process, rather than bringing a sense of judgment. So immediately we're just stepping back and watching the process as it unfolds. So perhaps you're aware of your body, where it's lying or where it's sitting. Perhaps you're aware of sound. Or perhaps you are aware of thinking. At this point in the day, it's quite likely that the mind is still very active. So one of the kindest things we can bring to ourselves, or ways that we can be with ourselves, is to simply notice if our minds are busy or not busy, without any sense of judgment. And similarly, noticing our bodies as we're lying there now. And if during this long practice your mind gets pulled in a particular direction, perhaps unfinished business planning, then that is an opportunity for you to just gently notice, catch yourself before you get drawn down into that rabbit hole of possibility. And to just label it, whatever it is, and then guide your awareness back to wherever we are in the practice. But do it with patience, gentleness. There's no right or wrong. So being aware of your breathing, by now you've cultivated a wonderful relationship with your breathing. It's a place where you can return to any time and settle into it. Like in a well-worn chair. Good.
Hello?
And in this practice,
Oh, sorry.
a bit of disturbance.
Sorry.
So I invite you now to take your attention down your body, all the way down to your feet. And just be aware of where you feel your feet on the ground. Perhaps you feel the weight of your heels on the ground. Or perhaps you feel the temperature around your feet, whether you're wearing any socks or not, or covered with a blanket or not. And seeing if we can just explore the difference between left and right. We're not looking for anything in particular, we're simply just exploring, we're scanning. Now I invite you to take a lovely deep breath in, breathing into your feet as best you can, if that makes sense. And as you exhale, just let it go. Let it go. Good. Now I invite you to take your attention to your lower legs, your calves, your shins, all the way up to your knees. And And just be aware of these muscles, what sensations there might be or not. Again, feeling the weight of your body perhaps, your clothing around this area. Just switching your attention left and right. We're not looking for anything, we're simply seeing if we can just rest our attention on this. Let this be enough, just to be aware. If there's no sensation, then just notice that. And taking a lovely deep breath in, breathing into this area, and as you exhale, letting it go. And then we move our attention to the knees and the thighs. And if your knees are supported, just notice what the support feels like under each knee. So being contented with just these sensations, as delicate or as tiny as they might be. And then noticing the large muscles in the top, the thigh muscles. As you take your attention to these large muscles, just notice if there's any particular sensation, either the clothing against your skin, or perhaps you can feel something within the soft tissue. And then moving your attention to the back of the legs. Perhaps they are in contact with the floor, or if you're sitting against something harder. Reintroducing ourselves to our bodies, to the small detail of our bodies. And now I'd invite you to breathe in. Breathe into your legs and allow that breath to flow down throughout the whole leg. And as you exhale, let it go. Let it go. And then taking your attention to your hips, your pelvis, whether you're sitting or whether you're lying down. And just notice here. How does the weight of your body sit here? Is it even on both sides? Be curious. Bring your child's mind to this, your beginner's mind. Can we be with ourselves as if for the very first time? And exploring all the different sensations around the pelvis, which is the seat of the body, clothing, all the different sensations around this area. And if there's any emotion or any feeling that is generated around this area, notice that too. Notice it as a feeling, as a sensation, rather than a story, if that makes sense. So breathing into this area, breathing into the pelvis, filling it up with air, and as you exhale, let it go. And then take your attention to your stomach and your lower back. Here you'll be aware of the movement of the breath. Be aware of those sensations, the stomach expanding, the lower back expanding on the in-breath and reducing on the out-breath. Being aware of the clothing expanding as well as you breathe in and breathe out. It's like tuning one of those old-fashioned radios, the dial. You can tune in and out into various sensations. Some are more predominant than the others. And again, if there's any emotion in this area, any feeling, just notice that. It's a sensation. Notice where in your body it is, what it feels like. Does it have a shape, a color? Be curious about where it is, not why, but where. So breathing into this lower abdominal area. And as you exhale, just let it go. Let it go. And now taking your attention to your rib cage, the whole upper thoracic area, the rib cage, chest, upper back, neck and shoulders. Lots of sensations here. The ribs expanding and contracting. If you're lying down, feeling the weight of your body pressing down on the in-breath and reducing slightly on the exhalation. Being with that wonderful physical movement. And of course, by now your mind will have wandered so many times, distractions, and hopefully each time you're just guiding your awareness back to sounds, my voice, but also the body and the breath. If we're really still, can we hear our heart beating? And being aware of any excess tension that might have crept up into our bodies, using the breath to let it go. And taking a lovely deep breath in, and as you exhale, let go of this area, the rib cage, all the organs inside. And then take your attention to your face and your head. Being aware of what you can experience here. Your mouth, inside your mouth, just explore all the different sensations that are there. Feeling of the breath as it moves in and out of your nose, perhaps. Facial expression. Your scalp. Just explore your face and head. And if there are no sensations or it's tricky to find something, then be okay with that. Well, I can't find anything, that's okay. So taking a lovely deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let go of your head, your face, jaw, neck. Moving your attention down into your arms, your hands and fingers, wherever they're resting. Just getting a sense of how each hand is. What's the difference between left and right? Just switching your attention. Whether they're resting on your body or next to you, notice the sensation each finger is experiencing. Are they relaxed? Experiencing the weight of your clothing against your arms. And now take a deep breath, filling your arms and hands up with that air. And as you exhale, let them go, and then let all effort to practice go. And just resting your awareness on your whole self as you lie there or sit there now. Being content with the wonderful movement of the breath that has supported you all your life and during this practice. So I invite you, if you would like to, bring to yourself that sense of gratitude, either saying thank you 3 times, or just bringing that half smile to your face. And breathe that into yourself. And just following the breath as it naturally moves in and out of your body. Gently guiding your awareness back to your breath and body each time your mind goes walkies. Good, and very gently now expanding your awareness to your whole self. From your toes all the way through your body to the top of your head. Taking a lovely deep breath in and gently out, and as you exhale, just starting to stretch your body. Stretching your feet, slowly, slowly waking your body up. but taking with you what you need from this practice into the next moment of your day. Whatever that quality might be.